Good evening and welcome to all of you wonderful Wealth Builder Academy members. Thanks for joining tonight. This is week one of a 4-week program that I felt there was a need to put together. And, I have lots of conversations every day with various members, as does Kevin, as does Rich Co and the rest of the team. And, whilst we have some very experienced business owners in the program, we have lots of people who are at the earlier stage. Wanting to really start a business, but not entirely sure what the first steps are. So I think, it should be really valuable to go through the process, because a key point that I really want to emphasize right at the beginning is that you do not need to spend loads and loads of money to launch a business, or certainly not to validate your idea. And in fact, you don't really need to spend any money whatsoever. And hopefully I can prove that to you over the next few weeks. And really, my intention over the next few weeks is to, give you some small tasks which you can actually implement in the time between we have these calls. So you can actually get a result by the end of these 4 weeks. You can validate your business idea, and you can do that without spending any money. And it's really up to you how much effort and energy and time you put into that. But it really doesn't need to be that much. And with the support of one another, that should really, really help as well, because, we're all in this together. We're all here as members and part of the Wealth Builders team, because, we've all got a common goal, right? We all want to build wealth. We all want to be financially independent and free and have more time to do the things we want to do, not be tied to someone else's agenda. You really have got to understand what the customer's problem is in order to create that value, to create a solution. So, you don't want to be focusing on all your time creating this product until you know that that is the product that the customer needs. So the focus needs to start with the customer, understanding what their needs are, what their problems are, what the challenges are. So the bigger the problem you can solve, the more money you can make and the bigger impact you can have. Agree or disagree? Yeah, agree. So focus, as you rightly said, Dawn, on what are the problems that exist in the world. Now, we can all identify problems, right? Because we've all got different interests, different networks, different places that we live, different things that we do every day, different professions that we're in, right? So we've all got loads and loads of different experiences between us. Just think about a typical day, a typical week, a typical month. What are some of the things that you do all the time? Maybe it's in your job. Maybe it's in your current business. Maybe it's in your commute. Maybe it's in your home. Problems. There's always things around which are niggly, annoying. You maybe pass a comment with not even realizing, just saying, oh God, I could do that better. Or, why do they do it like that? Why don't they do it like this? That's a problem, right? That's an opportunity there. And that if you're having that problem, the chances are somebody else is having that same problem, right? So therefore, start there, right? And start getting some feedback. And the bigger the problem you can solve, right? So, what are we solving at the moment? Well, the big switch from petrol to electric, right? That's a big world problem that we have. So Elon Musk, who has created like the kind of most, I guess, commercially available car, the Teslas out there, he's rapidly rising up the rich list, right? Because he's solving a big problem. And he's, obviously making a big impact as well as lots of money. So, just one example there. And the bigger the problem you can solve, obviously the more money and bigger impact you can have. So who do you know that has a big problem? So, really brainstorm that, write that one down. And maybe over the next week, try and consciously be thinking all the time, each day, what are the problems? What problems have I had today? Maybe if you journal at night, add that as a question, right? That maybe is not a bad idea, is think back, what was the big problem or issue that I had today? Imagine if you did that for a month. Do you think you might have some ideas there? You might do. All right, so here's the starting point. By solving one problem for one person. This is how easy it is or can be to start a business. So this is almost my challenge for you. Over the next 4 weeks, can you start by solving one problem for one person? This is why you don't need to spend loads and loads of money to begin a business, because you begin not by trying to build a website, not by trying to create a digital course, not by necessarily, creating loads of material at the beginning. Is just identifying, what do you have some skill, some interest, some knowledge in? And how can you help somebody else in that same area? So you're doing something you love. It may be, just what you listen to, what you read, hobbies that you have, but you've built up knowledge and experience. And sometimes we overlook that, right? We just think, oh, everybody can do this. It's the whole wealth dynamic concept, right? Is that everybody is a genius. But if you ask a fish to climb a tree, it's going to feel stupid because we can't do everything, but there's certain things we're really outstanding at. So what are you outstanding at? What do you have knowledge that other people would potentially pay you money for? But at the beginning, you don't need to charge anybody anything. When you're validating your business at the beginning, you simply need to prove that you can help someone with getting the solution they want or getting rid of the problem that they have. That is your first case study or testimonial. If you can get a great result for one person, ask them for a testimonial or a case study, then you can find somebody else who has the same problem. You go to them and you say, I've just helped Joe get the result that he wanted. He lost 10 pounds in 20 days, or, he's got shining white teeth, whatever the problem is, right? And you say to that person, would you like me to help you with that too? What do you think they're going to say? Of course. Now, because you've got a result for one person, perhaps that second person, you can now charge a small amount of money. So you might, again, depends on the value, right? We talked about how much value can you create? Well, you can determine the result you can get that person. Is that worth £100? If you think it is, ask them for £100 and see if that second person will pay you that. And then you've got your first customer, right? Your first paying customer. And you get that person a result. They're very happy. They give you a second testimonial. You've now got 2 testimonials. You find your third person. That really is as simple as it needs to be at the beginning.